Hi, everyone. I'm just fixing my screen here. Happy Friday. And of course, I'm fixing stuff at the last second here. Hi, Maria. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How is everyone? I got to text my daughter, let her know I'm live. Let me text my friend that I had lunch with today. Let her know I'm live. So how is everyone? Hello. Hi, Carla. I did have a good week. I hope you did too. Happy Friday. It's Friday. I have to get a curtain or something to hang to block my skylight because I have a feeling the sun is going to be giving me that sun ray mustache again, which is, it's a look. I don't know. I had a good week and I'm good. Good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Looks like Maria enjoyed the 2024 readings. Carla, did you look at the 2024 overview for each sign? Did you check that out yet? I just posted that a few days ago. Or 2 days ago, maybe. I can't remember now. But yeah. Yes, I did. And it was really good. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad. So I had lunch with a friend of mine today, and it was really nice. She actually went and bought a new sofa, and that was fun. She's all excited for that. So I've got my list ready, and I'm fingers crossed that the sunlight does not give me. How's the sound? Does the sound okay? Because I don't think it's picking up my typical microphone. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm assuming you can hear me because you're answering. I think it's didn't pick up my regular microphone. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm excited for my friend. The sound sounds good to me. I can hear you. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited for my friend because she got her new sofa. That's always exciting. And she got to ride in my new car. That was fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I just finished watching the Natalia Grace documentary, and crazy. So I definitely wanted to ask about her, and I've also got got some other questions here, but of course, a couple are about Henry. I don't know if I'm going to get to Henry today, but who is that? Let's see who just texted me. It's another client. So anyway, I just watched the Natalia Grace. I think it's called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, I think is what the documentary is named. And it's got 2 seasons. Actually, I'm going to look up when I feel like that second season just came out. But wow, that's a crazy story. Carla, have you watched that yet? Are you familiar with that case with Natalia Grace Barnett? Hi, SL. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed the Aquarius reading. Good. I finally got my video out. Yes. I know I just had stuff coming up and I couldn't get it out. So I'm glad I finally got it out. I'm not familiar with the case. Well, so let's see. When did the second season come out? Oh, it just came out in January. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Monique. Oh, thank you, Monique. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Yeah, I'm glad I was finally able to do the 2024 overviews and get those out finally. Suzanne, I was just telling them about your new sofa. Woo! It's so pretty. It's going to look so good. But yeah, so it looks like the season 2 just dropped in January. So I don't know if they're going to come out with a third season. So how about the rest of you? Have you guys heard of this Natalia Grace Barnett case? Yeah, I know. It's exciting, Suzanne. Wow, what a crazy, crazy story. I kind of knew a little bit about the story. I didn't know everything. And what I knew was that what I had heard was that there was question if she was really an adult or, if she was a child when she was adopted. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Happy weekend. Oh, spring cleaning your house. Well, I need to do that here too. SL, do you want to come over and do mine too? I need to do that. I need to spring clean too. Yeah, it's a crazy story. Once I watched the documentary, I was like, what is happening? I could not believe the story. It was just, and so in a nutshell, glad I made a live stream. I'm glad you did too. Welcome. I am not going to go through the entire story. You guys can Google it, or I recommend going to watch the, oh, you're doing your spring cleaning too, Carla? I need to do that. You guys are going to motivate me to do it. I need to do it. Yeah, I'm going to just sum it up. Oh, here, I'll read right off of IMDb. So this crazy story. So the story of, yeah, you can visit Bella. She's right here. She's laying right here. It's really warm here today. So she's kind of like laying on the cool floor. The dock is so good. It is really good, except that adopted father, what's his first name? The Barnett is last name. He is the most annoying person ever, my opinion, but it was hard to sit and watch. But anyway, so in a nutshell, it says the story of Natalia Grace, assumed to be a 6-year-old Ukrainian orphan with, oh my God, spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia, a rare bone disorder. She's also has dwarfism, so she has that too, and a rare bone disorder. Okay, her adoptive parents alleged that Natalia was an adult who was masquerading as a child with the intent to harm the family. Is that the kind of turn out to be a little person? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this phrase, this condition. I don't know if that's the official medical terminology for the dwarfism. I'm not really sure, but so she's a little person. Anyway, there's so many there's so much convoluted stuff. I really recommend watching the documentary because it's just she's a little person. Yeah, it's I think the first season came out in May of last year, and then the second season just dropped. And the second season was more of Natalia speaking and giving her opinion on everything. Yeah, it's really good. It's just crazy. Be ready for a crazy ride because it's they always say truth is stranger than fiction. That's absolutely correct in this case. It is like you wouldn't be able to make this up. It's just crazy. Anyway, so that's in a nutshell. There's this little girl that was from the Ukraine. She apparently was in an orphanage, and then they thought that they were adopting a 6-year-old girl, but then they were trying to say that she was an adult. And there's a whole lot of other stuff too. But anyway, there's a few questions that I wanted to ask about that. So first of all, one of the things that happened, so this is spoiler alert. Anyone who wants to watch this, I'm giving a spoiler alert now because I'm going to be talking about some stuff that is in the documentary. So if you don't, yeah, they are SL. So if you don't want the story to be ruined, if you don't want to hear any information about the documentary, maybe click off. But, I'm going to be talking about some stuff from the documentary. But a lot of this stuff has been out in the open too. I just didn't know a lot of the details until I watched the doc. So, oh my gosh, just insane. So basically, I feel, I know I picked up a lot of different energies when I kind of heard the story. And then, of course, as I started getting through the documentary, I was also picking up more, on a spiritual level, some energies and stuff from the stuff that was being said in this documentary. And it's just crazy. So first of all, I feel that she was not an adult like the Barnetts allegedly were saying. They actually legally were able to re-age her to age 22 when she was like 9 or 10, 8, 9, 10, something like that. They were able to legally re-age her to 22. And then they put her in an apartment that they paid for and left her there. So there's this child living in an apartment by herself. It's just I can't believe that this stuff happened. And she's disabled because she's got this medical condition, and it's so sad. So one of the things that I wanted to ask is they were saying that she was not a 6-year-old when they adopted her. I want to ask, I don't actually feel allegedly that she was 6 either, but I want to say she was more like 8 or 9 when the Barnetts adopted her. That's kind of what it feels like to me. And it also, because when you listen to her talk, she definitely talks older than what a 6-year-old would speak like. So I didn't think she was 6 right from the get-go. But I want to just ask if she was, I'm going to say 8 or 9 when they adopted her rather than 6. And this is alleged. There's no facts here. This is all speculation and what I'm getting from my guides, and there's no facts here. Please go do your own research and form your own opinions. But I want to ask if she was really 8 or 9 when the Barnetts adopted her. I'm going to say she was maybe, according to what I'm getting in the cards, this is all alleged. None of this is fact, right? I'm going to say that what I'm getting in the cards is that she was maybe 10. I'm getting that, yes, she was 8 or 9, but this is like, this would be like my card of teenager, young teenager. So maybe 10, 9 or 10, I think is maybe how old she was when she went to the Barnetts, when they adopted her. So allegedly, none of this is fact. And, you know, and I mean, it's saying her, this whole convoluted situation was just that. It was convoluted. I'm amazed she could speak at all. Those kids are so traumatized. Exactly, SL. Yeah. So I think she was allegedly, what I'm picking up on the spiritual energy was maybe 8 or 9. I'm sorry, 9 or 10 when the Barnetts adopted her. So she was still a child. I still feel the energy, and she still feels like a child to me, but not 6, like they were saying. So that's kind of how it feels to me. So think about that. They had her for a couple years, I think. I can't remember exactly how many years they had her. And then they got some doctor to say that, yes, she's an adult. She's 22. And so a couple years, that would have been when she was about, I don't even know. I forget how many years it was that they had her before they re-aged her. I can't remember. Suzanne, do you remember? I don't remember. Anyway, I think she was definitely a teenager by then, but still a child. So, and then they just dumped her in this apartment and basically left her. They would maybe come every couple months, I don't know, allegedly, and bring some food, but she was just left on her own. Just terrible. So here's the thing, though. I picked up on this right away as soon as I heard her speak. I did, however, find the dental x-rays were a bit of a twist that could have been due to her medical conditions. Maybe, but the dental x-rays, didn't they show that she was, you know, it confirmed that she was very young. She was a child. So, because they were pointing out, the dentist was pointing out her baby teeth. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. There was so much information. Okay, so one thing that really struck me was when I first heard her speak. Now, supposedly she lived in this Ukrainian orphanage until she was roughly about 5, supposedly. Yeah, they did show she was still a child. So she was supposedly in this Russian orphanage until she was 5, and then was sent to the US. And then one family did adopt her. I think they had her for 2 years. And then they gave her, oh my God, this story is just crazy. They gave her back to an adoption agency, and that's how the Barnetts got her. So anyway, when I heard her speak, if she was truly in a Ukrainian orphanage until she was 5, she has no accent. She speaks perfect English with no accent. She has an American accent. So to me, allegedly, to me, I don't feel that she really stayed in the Ukraine as long as they're saying. And I almost feel, well, so let's ask that first before I get ahead of myself. I want to ask if she was, transported or flown to the US sometime when she was a little baby, because that's how I feel when I focus on the energy. That's what I'm picking up. So I want to see if, hi, Monique, that is normal. Accents get ingrained around 11. But wouldn't she have some kind of accent? And especially if she was I don't know, if she was a little bit older, because I feel she was older than what everybody thinks, maybe 2, 3 years. And wouldn't she understand some Ukrainian? I don't know. I am not an expert on that, so I could be all wrong on that. But I want to ask if she was. No, she wouldn't, as long as she learned under 11. Interesting. I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, Suzanne, that's interesting. So my friend Suzanne pointed out to me that I say interesting a lot. So now every time I say interesting, I'm like self-conscious of it. She would still understand Ukrainian, maybe not speak it. My mom was born in Italy and they moved to the US when she was 6. She didn't have an accent. Interesting. Interesting. Not necessarily. That's why it's said to learn languages at a small age. Okay. Okay. So, well, okay. I really am not an expert in that. So I can't speak to that. But my feeling is that she came here to the US when she was a baby. That's what I feel. So I want to ask that. I don't feel that she was in the Ukraine until she was 5. Allegedly. That's what I feel. But let's see what the cards say on that. I'm going to say not exactly a baby, like an infant, but I'm going to say what I just heard was about maybe 18 months old, allegedly. But look at this. I'm getting all of these little children that were all sent from, to the US when they were little. These are little children. And I keep hearing 18 months old. So I think she wasn't like an infant, but more like a toddler. year and a half old, maybe, allegedly. That's when I think she was sent here. And this kind of leads to what the next thing is. Nefarious reasons, or not the circumstances that she, Natalia, and these other children were sent here was nefarious. Allegedly. No facts here. So so this is what I feel. And this is the next thing I want to ask. Which would also explain maybe why she doesn't have a lot of memory of being at the orphanage, because I don't think she was there very long. Okay, so here's what else I pick up as well. I pick up, especially when I started watching the documentary, I picked up almost instantly that I felt that she and, some other children, it looks like in the cards, was trafficked. And it was a ring with nefarious things. And I'm going to have to be real careful how I phrase this, but I feel like it was I'm not going to say any more than that. Read between the lines, but I feel like it was not good. I don't feel that. So I just want to ask and see, because that would be very traumatizing. Very traumatizing. That's true, Suzanne. One would assume in a Ukrainian orphanage that she wasn't spoken to much. Probably very true. Yeah, probably very true.